think we are live. Let's give this a second to sync up. It's starting. All right. Hello everyone. My name is Corey, and I go live every Tuesday evening, normally at 8. Having some technical difficulties tonight, but happy to be here, and thank you for tuning in. And I wanted to share some exciting news. If you tuned into my other show, Corvander's Grill, we have office hours every Monday, and you may have heard me mention last night that I wanted to share some of my website with you all tonight. So hello Amber, thank you for being here. And I'm excited to share some first peeks at my website. I've been working on here and there, and there's still some final touches to add to it, but I wanted to share it with you. So I think what I'll do is just jump right in and pull that up for you all. And hey, it works. I think you should be seeing it. So this is my the current state, at least, of my site. I've got my landing page here. As you can see, it's currently the Legacy Academy. Your life matters. Be the author of your life, with 3 critical sections here: awaken, empower, and celebrate. So let me make sure this is coming through. Yay! Oh, thanks, Amber. And let's go back. And this is me and one of our trips to Utah at Zion National Park. So just about all the pictures on the site are either of me or pictures I took at different places. I think most of them are of me. But just give you a little overview. I'll kind of go through some of these top parts. We have the About section, services, projects, and then contact, keeping it simple. Probably throw a contact form or like a pop-up or something for my newsletter. So still working on some of those final touches, but we've got most of the design here. Talk about my belief in being a socialpreneur, which, as you can see here, is essentially being an entrepreneur, but with a focus on providing some sort of social good. And I always make an effort to have that be the case in everything that I do. And just a little bit about me and essentially the way I collaborate with people to redesign people's lives co-creatively with others, and focusing on architecting them from the ground up in whatever their desires are. So again, all this will be available. I'm not going to read through everything. Just kind of wanted to give you a high-level overview. These are some of the 3 main areas that I will be focusing on. I have my private one-to-one coaching partnerships for anyone interested in really working at a deep level with me over the course of several months. And then I will be launching a 3 and probably 6 month as well online group coaching program for 10 people looking to for having that group dynamic, networking with it in a group setting. This will be online, and it'll be similar to those of you who have done other maybe leadership trainings or coaching programs, in that there will be a structure and a weekly format to it, except it will be through some of my methodologies that I've developed, and I'll share a little bit about that on my services page for you. And of course, one-day workshops as well. That is another passion of mine, and depending on what domain you're in, whether it's business or coming in running relationship type workshops for people, maybe on a couples retreat, things of that sort. A lot is possible in that area, and I have a lot of things planned and in development, and so in some areas these things may already exist. In other domains, they may be on the way. And of course, if anyone is interested in these opportunities, wants more info, I can set up a 1-hour free coaching consultation for you to get more information. And then we have at the bottom, I love that it gives a little preview of some of my Facebook page where you're likely watching this from. If you're friends with anyone, it'll show that person at random, one person at random plus the others. And I love that it put Margarita's name there because she's awesome friend and supporter, often always in the comments here. So how perfect is that? So let me just pick another page here. Let's go to the About page. And again, I'm still working on this. There's still some things. Thanks, Amber. There's still some things in the works. So I may have some typos, little things. I haven't done my final overview looking at it. So it's if you notice anything, feel free to point it out. And I may already know about it, and maybe it's going to get done. But certainly welcome any feedback, comments, things like that. You are the very first people seeing it. I think there's only been a couple other eyeballs who have looked at this. So this is a little bit about my story, about me, some of the projects that I have been involved with, some of my coaching, training, nonprofit, research experience. Kind of wanted to give people an overview of what I'm all about, what my history is, what I do, where I come from, and what my life looks like now. So, of course, had to put my wife and my fur babies on there. Super important, because that is definitely a big part of my life today. And actually going to swap this picture out because you'll see in the next page, or on the page after that I actually already used this somewhere else. So I haven't done that yet, but throw up my services page. I love this picture from a botanical garden, and I think it's currently still on my Facebook, so really awesome space. Got to connect with this awesome garden, nature, this like wood, like tree that's like carved out, hollowed out. It was really awesome. So talk about my different, like you saw on the homepage, the different aspects of my programs. There's the one-to-one partnerships and the curriculum. So here is the methodology I developed, Your Life by Design methodology. And part of, and I kind of lay it out here for you as well, but it focuses on a foundation of your having clarity, presence, and supportive beliefs as a foundation for everything else, right? The 3 core pillars, and building out from there, all of these things coming together to create your dream life, right? Because so many people go through life and they're confused, right? And they're disconnected and they feel unworthy. And having no clarity, right? People aren't able to find their purpose or to make choice in their life. And then, that combined with being disconnected and unworthy, they're also in a not supportive mental state, right? Not having a quality of life, creating the results they want in their life, freedom, peace, and abundance they're not experiencing in their life, right? So all these things work together. I can go more in depth on a one-to-one call if anyone's interested in learning about my methodology, my coaching program, and these are some of the themes that we dive into over the course of the 3 to 6 months that we would be working together. So I just kind of go over here some of those aspects of the program and talk a little bit here about the online group coaching, the 90-day journey, how it breaks down, and some of the benefits. Awesome. 1-day workshops, and that is everything on my services page. So I have a few more things to tweak here and there, but it's for the most part done, I think, at this point. Let me just make sure I'm, oh, hey Jason, thanks for being here. Hi Margarita. I don't know if you saw your name highlighted here. I thought it was super, I don't know if it still is, but at the bottom here, nope, it picks a random name each time I go to a different page. And your name was the first one that came up at the bottom here, so I thought that was cool. Pull it over from Facebook likes. So projects, so a lot of you on this stream, if you're seeing me here, seeing this video, you probably know about, that I coach. You probably know a little bit about my history in the personal development community, training, running retreats, things of that sort. And I've also talked at length recently about my show that I host with Evander Archer on Mondays and Fridays called Corvander's Grill, where we are cooking up all the things. And technically, Corvander's Grill is really a media company where we create all sorts of content. And the shows are actually, we have office hours where we open up our metaphorical office door to invite you in to connect with us, talk about all sorts of fun things. And Friday we have game night. We play a game, either a video game or a tabletop game, and just create joy and enjoy our Friday evening together, and also connecting with all of you. But those are just a few of the projects I am involved with, and I have many more either I am working on or that already exists, but that I haven't necessarily talked about at length on this particular channel for a variety of reasons. So I am on this page, I'm actually outlining a lot of my projects, most of them in fact. I don't have all of them listed here yet, but I'm probably going to list all of them, either here on the Legacy Academy or perhaps on a separate page, the Corey Kuber brand, in terms of what I'm working on, what my goals are, and everything that falls under that umbrella. So I haven't quite figured out the best way, but I wanted a place where I could share everything that I'm doing with anyone who might be interested. All of these things certainly won't interest everyone, but I wanted people to be able to find them for those who are. So again, this is all going to be here for you to check out. My site is almost live. You were the first people to see it, but you activists, this is it's not a registered nonprofit yet, although I imagine I would like to do that at some point, but it's I think this says it best, social activism organization, and that puts people first. And the goal is to make real change in the world through whatever means possible. So this is something I created, I believe, the beginning of last year. Please Me is a startup, really amazing social media network that I co-founded with my great friend Heather Montgomery, who she's the mastermind behind it. It's all her vision, but I have been a part of the organization since it started a few years ago, and it is a social media network similar to Facebook, except everyone is anonymous, and it gives people a safe place to learn about and to explore their sexuality. So it is definitely a lot of places are not safe places for people to ask intimate questions, like on Facebook, where their family or coworkers can see that information, and a lot of the places online where people might go to do those things are maybe too uncomfortable for them to do that, or they might see things they don't want to see. And so there's a lot of amazing things about Please Me, but one of them is that you take an analysis when you register that finds out your sexual preferences and puts you into a world of like-minded people, so that you can safely explore and ask questions, and where brands, people like and influencers, people like sex educators, therapists, different types of healers, coaches, relationship coaches, things like that, can talk about things that they wouldn't be able to talk about in places like Facebook or Instagram, where they would get banned and get their account shut down. They can be fully transparent, talk about these types of things, post pictures if it makes sense, or videos, things like that on Please Me. So really awesome project, really excited to be a part of it. We're going to be launching a WeFunder soon. which is essentially like Kickstarter, except you actually, instead of getting promised a product, you get a piece of the company actually as an investor on our WeFunder. So that will be coming soon. I will definitely let you guys know when that is launched. Corvander's Grill, always cooking up all the things, having conversations to feed your soul every Monday and Friday. So Mondays at 7 and Fridays at 8. You have all heard about that before if you've been following my journey. And so I already mentioned that, so I won't go through that right now. Sacred Masculine, my men's group that I started with Lavander as well. We host this group typically in person once a month. We've gotten a lot of requests to hold co-ed workshops as well, or co-ed groups from women who really want to join us. So that is something we are discussing, and definitely something that is possible in the near future. And I will keep you posted around that. Now, I don't currently have a lot I'm going to be linking off to different places from these projects on my site. It's one of the last touches to add to it. This is a project I only just briefly touched on, probably for the first time on my last week's live stream. If you watched that, I talked about my 2 weeks in Peru and the time I spent in the jungle recently, and the many messages and downloads and awarenesses I was getting from spirit, from my higher self, from intuition, from the plant spirits of the jungle. And there's some writings that have come through me, and I have been wondering what to do with them and how to make them available. So this is alluding to that. So I am putting something together. I don't have it all figured out yet, but I will be sharing more about that and stepping more into my role in the world as a healer, and what that means to me, and how to support others, and sharing whatever gifts I have from beyond or in me, and still on that journey of exploration, and wanting to support anyone I can out there. So that is where this will come from, or what this is speaking about. Guitar for Music Beginners. I've talked about my course that I'm working on with all of you before. So this talks about my journey and where I'm going with that. That course will be linked to from here. Now this is something that I don't think I might have talked about briefly, but this will be the first time I'm really more publicly talking about it. Those of you who have followed me a while know that a dear friend of mine, Jeff Massman, passed away last year, and he was had many talents, and one of them was that he was a very gifted artist. And he and I were working on a project together where I was going to be helping him with his art, and we had a few different aspects to this partnership. One of them was getting his art out there to the world, making it easier for people to hire him, but also I wanted to get his art onto prints, and also we were talking about designing t-shirts together, and going to different shows, but mainly putting his stuff out there online. And I have some other really amazing talented artists in my friends group, in my network. Margarita, who just commented, is an amazing talented artist. Stephanie, who's been on our show before, both in the comments here, or probably on screen with me at some point, or certainly on Corvander's Grill, another amazing talented artist. So I know all these people who I see their amazing work, and I want to, in Jeff Massman's honor, create a space where artists can come together to share their gift and to create abundance in the process. I have experience when it comes to creating websites and putting systems together in a way, and marketing people in a way where I think I can really support the artists out there to either establish themselves online, or to grow their existing network. And even if it's just one more place where they can sell their artwork, distribute their prints, so they can create joy by giving their gifts to other people that can be hanging on their wall then that's a win to me. So really looking forward to getting this off the ground. Still in development, but wanted to share that that is coming. So I also am going to be putting a bit in here about photography, because that's a passion of mine, and I have well over 100,000, probably over 250,000 at this point, photos that I've taken over the last 10 plus years, and it's a passion of mine. I've put together, I've made prints for hanging on my walls, my own photo book for myself, documenting some of my travels. My photos have been used in different, I know there's at least one book out there that has my photos, and I enjoy photography, so I'm going to be adding probably a whole page about that and some of my plans for making some of those prints available for people who want them, putting them together in a photo book for people who would enjoy that, but mostly just sharing what I have instead of letting all these things collecting dust on a hard drive somewhere, or on my Google Photos account. Actually putting those things out there so people can enjoy them. And that's most of everything. I have a very basic contact page here. I'll probably add a little bit more to it, but I think that's pretty much everything. So let me check back in with the comments. Really appreciate you all tuning in, and grateful to be able to share this with you. Definitely a stretch for me to put it out there and say, hey, this is what I'm up to, this is what's coming. The website is still under password protection. I haven't put it out there yet because I have a few changes to make, but it will be at thelegacyacademy.com, and really excited to support others at creating a legacy in the world, and being fulfilled at living their purpose. So really grateful to finally, this has been a long time in the making, and I'm excited to get it out there and to be supporting more people, expanding my reach in whatever ways that looks like. So I really want to thank my supporters and all the people who tune in week after week, month after month, and encourage me to go for it. You mean the world to me, and I definitely would not be here if it wasn't for you. For every person who might believe in me, there's probably only 1% or whatever, very few of them who actually speak up and say, hey, I believe in you, you should do this thing. So it means a lot. And let me switch back here. Yeah, so it means a lot to me, and I just want to say thank you. I appreciate all of you. I know some of you in the comments here, Amber, Margarita, Jason, really appreciate it. So, and to everyone, again, always tuning in, really appreciate you, and love you all. So that's all I wanted to share for today. So I hope you enjoyed. And again, if you have any feedback, anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message, post in the comments, and I will definitely be letting you all know when it's all live for your enjoyment. So have a good night. Of course, I will be live on Corvander's Grill on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch this Friday at 8 p.m. as usual, 8-ish, for game night. And because last week on Friday we finished Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, which was a super fun cooperative adventure through the universe, collecting all the creatures in space that were lost, bringing them home. We accomplished that to spread love through the whole universe again, and we figured out the source of all the hate. We eliminated it, and now all the hateful star villains are back to experiencing love, spreading love through the sky, through the universe. So that was super fulfilling with our guest star Tass Nova, aka Bossa Nova, this past Friday. So you can check that out on Corvander's Grill if you missed that. It was a lot of fun. And we don't know what we're going to be doing this Friday yet, but we have a few things in mind. We might be playing some virtual reality, maybe some tabletop games, card games, things of that sort. Or finding some new cooperative or friendly competition style game. We don't know yet, but we will catch you over there on Corvander's Grill Friday at 8 p.m. And if I don't see you there, again, every Monday we have office hours at 7, and I will be back here on my channel every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by next Tuesday, my website will be live. I'll be able to post the link, and you'll be able to actually go there and view it. But for now, thanks for tuning in and checking out what I've got